What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Football Chatbox. My name is Ryan, and welcome to the Game Week 9 team selection. Now, before we start, this is a slightly different style of streaming that I'm right now doing, where I'm currently streaming on YouTube and we're streaming on Twitter as well. So, if you are watching on either, do let me know. I'm not sure if I can actually see the tweets. Or there is no chat per se on Twitter. So if you're watching this on Twitter and you want to get involved in the chat, then come over to YouTube. But I'll have both open anyways. But yeah, let me know how everyone is doing. This is my Game Week 8 team that we got right now. And hopefully the chat and everything is working on YouTube as well with all of this. So if it is working, please let me know. But yeah, this is Game Week 8 team. This is how it's looking like. This is how it looked like. And 58 points with a tiny green arrow. But we're going to go straight over to Game Week 9. Right now, before I get into the full of the team, let me actually share this again on social media. But yeah, hold on. Let me share this on social media so that we can try things out. This is all a very test before, I do a bit more of the bigger streams, so that we know things are like kind of working and whatnot. There we go. Now, and then we share the link as well. Tin, how are you doing? Welcome. So it does work. Okay, sick. The only thing that I guys kind of guessed in terms of might have been an issue was in terms of scheduling streams. While I scheduled it on YouTube, it didn't really pick up the one that was on YouTube that was scheduled. It just created its own new one. So I guess I need to kind of tinker as well a bit more in terms of that. But here we are live, and let's see. Alright, cool. That's that. Let's see how this goes. We'll give this a try, keep doing it a bit, see how things go, see whether we get a good enough reception on Twitter as well, and we'll continue on YouTube as the main primary place. But having said that, this is my team for Game Week 9. Captain is Erling Haaland. He is going to be the captain for me, and don't think that will change unless we get any late news that something has happened to him, but that's most likely where I'm putting my armband on. In terms of transfers, I haven't done any. 0.3 in the bank. So here are a few things that I'm thinking about. Now, if you watched last week my review video that I did, seasons like Game Week 1 to 8, I said fix the weak link first. And the weak link here is probably Botman, which I need to kind of fix. ARG, how are you doing? Welcome. So Botman is probably the weak link in this situation. Now, I would have to wait for team news to see whether he's going to be fit or not ahead of the upcoming game week. If he's fit, I'm thinking of a punt. Let me know what you guys think about it, but I'm thinking about a punt. Ideally, I would have liked to have got maybe a Hoyland. Now, this could be a problem with terms of bias as well. You guys have to kind of keep that in mind and let me know if I'm going too biased, because they're playing Sheffield United and I was like, oh, could be a really good solution because my striker combination isn't that great. I have only Haaland and no one really else. So this assuming if Botman is fit. Now, I would have loved to have got rid of Mbeumo, but I unfortunately can't because not enough money to get a decent midfielder at 5.2, to be honest. Wang Hee-chan is 5.4, Gordon 5.6, so not a decent set of midfield options, to be honest, at 5.2 and below. The other option that I just thought was, this might not be that great, but I could potentially also do Julian Alvarez instead for 7 and then get Wang Hee-chan from Wolves, who's playing Bournemouth, for 5.4 for a hit. Now, I don't know whether that is actually a good enough move or not to be doing. Let me know what you guys think about this. If you're watching this back or if you're watching it on YouTube or even on Twitter, let me know. But I'm not sure whether this this is worth enough. I don't know. Maybe it might be. You never know, because if Alvarez plays against Brighton, it's a decent fixture, to be honest. Could work out. Could maybe backfire. But let me know in the comments. I mean, it's that or and a -4 compared to starting Morris against Forest and Mbeumo against Burnley, which isn't too bad fixtures, to be honest. Now, if Botman is out, then I need to solve Botman and I won't take a hit. Do I play Guehi? Probably not against Newcastle. I don't think they keep a clean sheet. So maybe I go looking for a defender. Which defender? If you ask me, I honestly don't have an idea at the moment. I don't think there are any good defenders for this specific game week as well. Unless by some miracle, like a Regulion is fit, then maybe. But otherwise, there aren't that many good defenders for this specific week. Maybe Simikas against Everton. If we get news that he's starting, maybe he might be the one to go for. I'm not sure, but let me know. Saka update. For the moment, no Saka update. And Mans Akne Anderson, good day. Welcome to the football chat box. There is no Saka update at the moment. But we'll wait and see. I guess team news will come. When is their fixture? On the Saturday, no? The team news will come on Friday or Thursday night. So we'll get to know more information then. So stay tuned for that. But I think Saka should be fine, to be honest. But we'll wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that's basically my team selection for Game Week 9. That's what I'm thinking. Let me know what you guys think about the hits and whatnot. I had Guehi from the start, but transferred him out at some point. I mean, having him from the start also wasn't too bad, right? They kept one. Oh, okay. They maybe this side, if you so, I guess you sold him here because of the returns not being that great, right? Because after that, he's just like 8, 7, 9, which has been a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is, I guess. I checked out in Twitter. It was cool that can do dual broadcast, though no way the chat. If I can put a link on the broadcast to direct people to YouTube. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Manon, how are you doing? Welcome. Okay, I will redirect people because I don't think that there is no chat on Twitter per se. So if anyone wants to get involved, they have to come over to YouTube. So maybe they might, I don't know. But it's good to know that people can watch it on Twitter as well. So yeah, we're just trying different things, right? We're trying to like spread it out. So let me know what you guys think. Manon, how are you doing? How's things going? So yeah, that's basically my teams. If you guys want to check your teams, let me know. We got the league up here. FPL Javid on top, number 1. Jon Snow in terror, number 2. Mark, number 3. Jaden, number 4. Sujal, Nicholas, Naman, Keith, Trevon, and Max Kelmer. I need to actually probably need to see if I posted the league table. I think I did. Need to have a look into that. Planning to walk out in 10. Should I sell Odegaard for a 1 week punt? Good, mate. That's good. I'm also planning to walk out in 10. Sell Odegaard for a 1 week punt. Who do you have in mind? Who are your options? And is Odegaard the only team that only midfielder that you can sell? Or do you have other options? And also, for those who haven't joined the league and you want to join the league code is down in the description there, vcerdz, for anyone who wants to join, and then I can just bring up your team from here. He's the one with the hardest fixture. Odegaard. Fair enough. So then, who do you have in mind? Manon, who do you have in mind? 91st in the league. I plan to bring in Saka or Bowen or Sterling. Any recommendations? Okay, let's have a look, shall we? 91. Where is it? Here we go. Alright. You've played the wild card already? Yes, no? Yes, you did. Game week 6. Alright. So, you got Sterling's points. Well done, ARG. Well done. Okay. Saka or Bowen for Sterling. I probably will lean towards Saka first before Bowen. I think Saka is still the better option for the moment. Even though it's against Chelsea, I don't mind it because going forward, Saka's numbers are good. I mean, the fixtures are good for Saka, so I would go for Saka first. Bowen, where is West Ham? They play Everton after, so it's not too bad. I'll probably go for Saka first. Now, wait on the news though with regards to Saka. Just wait, see whether we get news whether he's starting or not. But I actually don't mind the move. Which players are potential 1 week punts? Was thinking Neto personally. Neto, what regard to Neto? Might not be too bad as well. Okay, potential 1 week punts. I don't mind the move, by the way. Yeah, G, for yours as well. The rest of your team actually looks pretty fine. Yeah, I wouldn't change anything else on your team. I think Son or Madison, probably Son will probably leave maybe the game week after. I don't know. It's up to you. But yeah, I don't mind that move. Okay, now, potential 1 week punts. Depends on which position you're looking for. In terms of forwards, potential 1 week, okay? I think the Sheffield United game, this Manchester United Sheffield United game, you probably want to target. You want to target teams that have very bad defenses. So maybe Højlund, Bruno Fernandes, probably the two players from that game. Liverpool, Everton, 1 week punts. I don't think I would suggest anyone there for the moment, unless you don't have Salah. Bournemouth, Wolves, I think Neto and the other midfielder I was mentioning with regards to Hwang Yi-chan. Where is he? Here we go. So Neto, obviously, playing very, very well, and then him as well. Those will be the two from Wolves, the Wolves-Bournemouth game. Brentford versus Burnley. This is a tough one, right? Now, Burnley defensively aren't great. Brentford should potentially win this game. So maybe, but I can't really suggest Mbeumo when he hasn't been on form. So I'm not going to be sure about this. Burnley, maybe, if you're looking for a very cheap striker, Lyle Foster potentially could be an option. Whether he's a 1 week punt is a different story, but on a wildcard 10 though, if anyone's looking for a third striker who wants to be like somewhat budget or you have the money, it could be a really good option going forward. Then yeah, Roku, how are you doing? Welcome. Keeping Bruno for that reason. There you go. So you already have Bruno. City, Brighton, 1 week punts. I mean, not going to say there's a punt per se here. If you don't have Alvarez, he's probably the only punt I can think of. Newcastle, Crystal Palace. If Isak is fit, maybe him. Forest, Luton, not going to suggest anyone there. Chelsea, Arsenal. Too tough a game to be discussing about it. And then this also, Villa, West Ham is also a slightly tough game. So I won't recommend anyone there. And then Spurs, Fulham, I think a lot of you guys are already tripled on Spurs already. So I'm going to avoid that. If you don't have Son or Madison, them. So those are the few options. Like 2 United players, 2 Wolves players, potentially a punt in one of these teams. I'm not sure which one. City, Brighton, there could be decent punts with the number of goals that will be scored, probably. And then the rest of the fixtures are slightly more tougher. Newcastle, maybe Isak. So those are the options. Not too many options available, though. That's the thing. Or did you have Bruno and Mbeumo? Okay. Then I kind of see your point with Neto. Neto is not a bad option to try and see. But they're not going to score enough goals. That's the only thing. Maybe Neto is not a bad shout. You can try it and see. I don't mind Odegaard though, to be honest. 31st in the league, 1 free transfer. What to do? 0 in the bank as well. Okay, let's have a look. I don't mind keeping Odegaard, but yeah, Neto is not too bad for a 1 week punt. Him or even the other Wolves player that I mentioned. Is keeping Mitoma for his fixture run after game week 9 worth it? I think so. Yeah, I think so. Because the fixture run, right? Look at his fixture run after this. Where is your team? I think this is the tab that I got your team in. Yeah. Look at the fixture run after. Now, he will get benched in one of these fixtures, right? He will get benched because if I'm not mistaken, they have the Ajax game in the middle of what is it? Both Fulham and Sheffield, or is it Brighton? So they got City next, then they got the Brighton Ajax game, and after that they got the Fulham game, and they got the Everton game. He should probably play, and then will he play the Everton game? Either the Everton game he plays or the Sheffield United game he plays. You want him for the Sheffield United? I think he should be fine, to be honest. He'll play the Fulham game. This Everton game and this Sheffield United game are the slightly doubt situations potentially. Might play the Sheffield United game. I don't see any reason why he won't play. It's just the Everton game that he might get benched potentially. So I think he'll be fine, to be honest, keeping him after this. It's just that you might want to accept that maybe you might miss one game potentially against Everton, which isn't too bad. But the running generally is pretty decent that it's worth keeping him, I think. Because Brighton will score goals, so it's kind of worth it. At least that's my thoughts. Alright, Roku, let's have a look at your team. 53 points. What are we looking at? 1 free transfer, 0 in the bank. What to do? Did you play your wildcard yet? I think you did, didn't you? Yes, you did. Yep. Alright. Got Saka, so you're fine with that. If you're trying to keep ahead of the template, right, your next move would potentially be looking for a West Ham player. Maybe not this week. Maybe you roll your transfer this week, potentially. And next week you look to move maybe Foden out for a Bowen. Probably that, Foden to Bowen. Because the rest of the team seems fine. Pinnock, I mean, you got 4 defenders already, so you're okay there. Probably Foden to Bowen for next week. Maybe not this week. You could do it this week, but I would keep Foden for this week. Benching plan, Tarkowski, Morris, and Pinnock. Yeah. Okay, that works. Tarkowski, Morris, and Pinnock. Yep, that works. The rest of the team looks good. I don't think you need to make a transfer this week. It's not necessary. You can just roll your transfer. Team looks good already. Going to game week 10 with 2 free transfers. So you can decide on how the template is also shifting, and you can also react to the template shifting. So you'll be in a better position with that. So I think that should be fine for you. So yeah. What do we think so far? So yeah, these are your 2, and that is my team as well. I'll probably reiterate. What are your wildcard plans, Ryan? Let me bring it up actually. Let me bring it up for y'all. Give me a second to bring it properly up. So I want to wildcard in game week 10. That is the current plan in terms of wildcarding, to go in game week 10 and then see how things go. Now I did build a draft, a wildcard draft. Oops, we've switched to the wrong site. Why did it switch to the wrong one? There we go. Need Trippier and S2 for next game week. You need Trippier and S2 for next game week. Why do you need both Trippier and S2? Do you? Wait, well, what's the plan? So you're going to move Burn to Trippier, or how are you going to get Trippier? how, and also we don't know about Estupinian just yet, whether he's fit or not yet fit. So that's kind of thing you have to wait and see. Now, my wildcard team or plan for wildcard, I think I might be priced out of this and I might have to do it again, potentially. Because this I did before a few price rises where now Watkins is freaking 8.2. If I'm not mistaken, yes. Yep, and then I'm 0.1 short. And yeah, unfortunately, I'm 0.1 short now for this. Sad situation. Can Saka fall in price before the deadline? Would make it so much possible to like do this move. Watkins going up by 0.1 just ruined kind of almost everything. So I had to kind of go for probably Dan Burn in this situation. If I wanted a Newcastle defender, that is. This is assuming Botman is not fit. If Botman is fit, I am happy and I'll be completely fine. But we don't know whether Botman's fit or not for the moment. So we kind of had to deal with that. Can I upgrade Martinelli? No, 8.2 is the best. Maybe I keep Madison. I haven't decided. Between Madison and Martinelli, I don't mind keeping Madison as well. So it'll all depend on how things go. Downgrade Haaland. Brighton got good fixtures after City. That is true, but I'm not going to downgrade Haaland. No. I won't be surprised if Haaland scores a hat-trick against Brighton. And then there's enough fear in me after what he did against United last season to not sell him before United. So he absolutely ruined my season last season. So I am going to not do that mistake again. I'm just going to keep him. Mainly for fear and whatnot. Who to start? Areola or Ederson? Ederson because he's the home goalkeeper. So I would probably go for Ederson. I think Villa might score against West Ham. So Ederson. So yeah. This is my current plan for Game Week 10. I think it might change though. It potentially will change. Like Sufal doesn't necessarily have to be there. It could be someone else as well that I get in there. I haven't decided yet who I want to put in there yet. I did remember someone saying about Chelsea rotating decently with Crystal Palace. But I don't... I mean, if you think the Brentford game is fine... What's this? Levi Colwill. They play Spurs. No, they play Brentford. After that, they've got tough fixtures. So I don't think it's worth it. No. I don't know. Maybe it's like this. Probably might be this. I'm still not happy fully with the defense. The defense hasn't impressed me enough per se. If Estupinian is fit, I would like to go for Estupinian. But it's 5.1. And again, I'm short with cash. So something will have to give somewhere. We'll have to wait and see. Ideally, I need a price drop from Saka if possible. Or a price drop from like one of the players that I don't own, like a Mitoma. Unless I go to a Solly March. If we think that Mitoma... This is something I could do, but the difference between March and Mitoma, I think, is a bit big. Can I do Mitoma and Martinelli? No, I'm 0.1 short there as well. So, Estupinian, can you please fall in price as well, if possible? But yeah, as you can see, still trying to figure things out. But the core of the wildcard is kind of settling itself. But we'll see how things go, to be honest. Anderson with Pinnock, Tarkowski and Haaland out for Trippier, Estupinian and Alvarez. Thoughts? Wouldn't do it now because obviously we still don't know about Estupinian's injury situation. That's one. I think Haaland is still a really good pick, even though he hasn't performed recently. I think he's a good pick. Rodri is back, right? Rodri will improve City in general. So I generally wouldn't go away from Haaland. I would keep him, but if you want to go away from him, I understand. But then Trippier, right? Now, there is a kind of a case to be made that you could also at times go without Trippier for a few fixtures. Now, I think the reason you're also having the situation in terms of, I don't know, is there a case to be made for no Trippier as well? Like game week 10, they keep a clean sheet. Game week 11, they don't keep one. 12, they'll keep one. 13 and 14, they might not keep a clean sheet. So you're looking at 5 game weeks. If you include the game week 9 as well, 6 game weeks where Palace, Wolves, and Bournemouth, they keep a clean sheet, but the other 3, they potentially don't. Then you go Everton. Everton is a bit uncertain in terms of what Everton team turns up, to be honest. Spurs, they probably don't keep a clean sheet. So there is a case to be made where you could potentially, at least until game week 14, go without Trippier. For those wildcarding in game week 10. Potentially. And then maybe when you come to like game week 15, 16, right? Aston Villa's fixtures slightly turn. Where you probably look to offload a few of the Aston Villa players, and then maybe you have money to afford Trippier, potentially. I don't know. It's a few things to consider. This is a decent run to have Trippier in. This maybe not as much. What do you guys think? Let me know. But I probably won't sell Haaland though. I think. By the way, Salah is only here till what? Game week 17, right? Sorry, game week 19, right? He's here until game week 19. After game week 20. After that, it's AFCON and he's gone for a little while. In probably what is Liverpool's slightly trickier fixture set as well, with Chelsea and Arsenal in there. Anderson or Kabore to start? Ooh, that's a very interesting question. I probably will lean with Anderson in this one. Oh, but that's a tough one. No, Anderson's not going to keep a clean sheet. Kabore also is potentially not going to keep your clean sheet. But Newcastle are a better team in terms of scoring goals than Forester. So Kabore in that specific situation, ARG. That's the only way I can like kind of think about it. If you were to ask between the two, probably Kabore in that situation. Alright. I think that is kind of what we have at the moment. Any other questions? If not, I think we'll call it a short stream. But let me know if there are any further questions. That's just a basic stream of like a team selection and trying to answer your questions as well. Who here is wildcarding? And if you're wildcarding, let me know in the comments. We released a wildcard video yesterday, a game week 9 wildcard video. So if you are wildcarding, right? Let me know if that wildcard video helped you. I'll probably insert it here later so that you can kind of see as well. But let me know if the wildcard video helped you and whether it was useful or not. But yeah, I think today's stream was more of trying to experiment as well with dual streaming towards Twitter and YouTube, and I think it kind of worked potentially. But we'll have to keep trying it a few more times and see how things go. But if there are no further questions, we'll probably end it here. Any final ones? And also, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. And thank you for watching as well. Ready for a mild game week post-international break. Fair enough. As soon as the deadline passes and when the app reloads and refreshes, I'm going to hit the I won't hit the wildcard button. I will start doing transfers according to prices. This is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna do the classic, trying to as my best as possible, trying to market manipulate. And for anyone who's playing the wildcard in Game Week 10, maybe you could do the same thing. Now, the thing is, when you wildcard, right? When you press that wildcard button, any transfers that you do between now till the deadline doesn't affect price changes. Now, what I might do is I might do like transfers before that, right? And when it gets closer to the deadline, then I'll press the play wildcard button. And that means any transfers I did before kind of affects price changes. So I'll go chasing team value for the first few days if possible. And then after that, try and get closer to my main team. But keep in mind, if there are any players that you want in your main team or you're uncertain about removing, like for me, the likes of Madison, right? I'm uncertain whether I want to remove him or not. I won't transfer him out even until I get closer to the deadline, because if I transfer him out and then I want him back, I have to buy him for the higher price that he is currently, which is 8.1. Yeah. I have to buy him back for that amount compared to what I have him at right now at 7.8. So keep that in mind for anyone who is watching and planning on playing their wildcard in Game Week 10. And also make sure to press the button so that you don't get a massive negative hit number. But yeah, that's basically it. I think we'll end it there. Thank you all for watching. So shout out to ARG, to Manan, Roku, and Tin, and also Mans. Thank you all for watching. And for anyone else who's watching as well, either on Twitter or over here, thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and Amit, just in time, before I was about to end. Late for the stream. No worries. Do you have any questions? I was about to end. Do you have any questions? I'll answer your questions before going. Good luck for Game Week 9. Yes, good luck everyone for Game Week 9. Yes, last one. Ask. Go ahead. Okay, so I'll answer Amit's question and then we'll leave after that. Shoot your questions. We 67 in the league. Okay, let's bring that up. This is Amit's team. Played his wildcard. 66 points on a wildcard. Captain Salah. Well done, Amit. Well done indeed. Right? Oh, you had Lamptey because he was 3.9. I understand. Can you suggest some moves? Already played my wildcard. Okay, so we are probably looking at, in terms of the next template, right? Brighton are your next template. So Mitoma, maybe not this week though. We're looking at Bowen, who is possibly the next as well. We want Saka. That's another one. You have Cash. You have Udogi. You have Lascelles. So if Botman is out, you can play Lascelles. How much was Vinicius again? 4.8. For this week, right? I think for this week, you might be slightly fine. I'm assuming you'll start Lascelles over Castanege. If Botman is not fit, you start Lascelles over Castanege. For this week, you should be fine. How much do you have in the bank? 0.2. I would look not in Game Week 10, most likely. Bruno will be Saka, Maddie will be Bowen or Mitoma. Yes, there you go. So you got the plan. You mean Madison or Son? You can answer. Maybe even Son might be the one to go. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, I think this coming week, your team is fine. Roll the transfer into Game Week 2 and into Game Week 10. And use your 2 free transfers that you mentioned on those moves that you mentioned in terms of trying to get Saka in, trying to get either Bowen or Mitoma in. If you don't get Mitoma in for Game Week 10, you could potentially wait, see what happens with the Ajax game. Actually, you can see what happens with the Ajax game before Game Week 10. So see what happens with the Ajax game before Game Week 10. Then we can make a decision whether we get Mitoma in or not. And if you don't get him in for Game Week 10, there's a potential that you can avoid him for game week 11 and get him for game week 12 against Sheffield. Because he might, if there was a game for him to get dropped, I think it's most likely the Everton. But I don't know. We'll wait and see. Son I got for 9. Got money. Fair enough. Okay, cool. That makes sense. So yeah, I think the moves that you mentioned, you can do it in game week 10. For now, your team is fine. Just roll the transfer. If there is a problem in your team that needs to be addressed, it will start with the defense first. The defense can be improved on, but for the moment, it is fine. As long as Lascelles is playing, you're okay. So for the moment, the defense is fine. Do your attacking moves in game week 10, and then we'll see how things go from there. Oh yeah, in terms of goalkeeper, who are you starting? Are you starting Areola or are you starting Turner? Probably start Turner, right? Against Luton, compared to Areola against Newcastle. Oh, sorry, against Aston Villa. Castanege to Gabriel for this week. Ooh, maybe, but what are the chances of Chelsea not scoring against Arsenal at home? I'm not sure. I probably might wait on that. I think if Lascelles is starting, right? If Botman is out, if Lascelles is starting, I probably might play Lascelles instead of doing that move just right away. I don't know. We'll see how things go with regards to the press conferences on like Thursday or Friday, and then kind of decide after that. But for now, I'm not feeling it too much because I don't know if you'll get an instant return immediately for that move. Although, having said that, from game week 10, it's a pretty good move to make. So you could do a -4 in game week 10 if you wanted to. Unless Gabriel is going to rise in price. Is Gabriel going to rise in price? I don't think so, right? So you should be fine. I think you should be fine. I haven't looked at price rises. Generally, during the international break, price rises don't happen as often. What are we looking at in terms of prices? No, Gabriel is fine. It's not rising anytime soon. So you should be fine for now. We'll see how things go. Turner, cool, we rolled in. Thanks for extending the stream. See you on deadline stream. No, what is... See you, Amit. Thank you for joining in. So cool, we'll end it there. We will be live tomorrow for the podcast. Game week 9 podcast. I should be live tomorrow. I'll confirm the time tomorrow. But thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. And I'll see you all later. Peace out, everyone. Thank you to Amit, to ARG, Manan, Roku, Tin, and Mans. Thank you all for joining. And I'll see you all later. Peace out, all.